So previously I put up a series of videos on firearms basics for somebody who's never touched a gun before. Today this series, we're gonna go, I don't wanna say advanced, we're gonna go a little more intermediate on some techniques and things people have asked me about that weren't covered in the other videos. If you're new to firearms and you haven't seen the other videos, please stop, go watch them, especially video one where we talk about safety. So to begin with, we're going to talk about the admin load. Now this is how you load a handgun, and you can see we're unloaded, nothing in there, nothing in the chamber. I know YouTube likes to see this. There you go, chamber's empty. We're talking about how we do an admin load. This is how we load when we're starting with a completely unloaded gun, like you see here, and we've got all the time in the world to get it loaded. We're not on the clock, there's no hurry, no rush. We are just going to take our time, load this, and make sure it's really loaded. This is the process you want to go through for competitors, IDPA, USPSA, 3-gun, to initially load your gun before the beginning of a stage. If you're concealed carrying, this is how you want to load the gun before you put it on. Home defense, same idea. We follow the same procedure. So to start with, we have our gun unloaded. And for demonstration purposes, I'm just using a snap cap. This is a solid hunk of aluminum with some rubber on the back. The whole point of this is it kind of cushions the firing pin or striker so you can dry fire a bunch. So, starting with our gun unloaded. Step one, put the magazine in. We'll go over a little bit more about this when we talk about reloading. Step two, release the slide. Now, some people will try to push the slide release button with their thumb. You're hitting this tiny little thing with your thumb and it's going to be under tension. I don't like doing that. Let me do this again. I like doing what's called a power stroke, where you grab the back of the slide and just pull it back. This is easier to do because you're not hitting that tiny thing. You've got something big to grab onto. Generally, there are serrations back here to help you get a good grip. And frankly, it just works. Under stress, if you're reloading in a match or under self-defense situation with adrenaline, hitting that little thing with your thumb versus giant muscle movements, just grab the back and pull it back. It's easier to grab the back. So for an admin load, we're grabbing the back. And basic on a power stroke type load, you're pulling back with this hand. So my off hand, my left hand is pulling back. My right hand that I'm holding the gun in is actually pushing forward. So I've got both arms applying force there. I'm not just doing it with one hand. A lot of people will have, mostly women, will have problems doing this because they're trying to hold the gun still and use their other hand to do all the work. No, you want to use both hands, push forward with this and back with this. So, there we go. Now, the couple extra steps here on an admin load is once we're loaded, or we think we're loaded, you want to pull back the slide just a little and look in there, and you want to see brass. Normally, you want to just grab it there, but for video purposes, we're just going to grab a little different. And you can see into the chamber a little, and we can see our red snap cap. Then, so you want to just confirm that round, the first round, is in the chamber. Then we take our fist. Back of your fist, hit the back of the slide. Now, if you're using a gun that's got an exposed hammer, you may not want to do this. You may want to just grab and push forward. The idea is we're making sure the slide is all the way forward and back in battery. Sometimes if you've got a weak recoil spring and you do that, they call it a press check where you pull it back to look. Sometimes the slide won't go all the way forward, so we're just going to smack the back and make sure it's really forward. Now, optionally, we can eject our magazine, put another round on the top of that because we just took a round out, and put it back in. And like any reload, when you put it in, you want to hit it hard. Make sure that's really in there. Give it a quick pull. Make sure that our magazine's seated all the way and it's not like halfway out like that. And see a little bit of air through there, my nose. This will, the first time we fire, the magazine will come the rest of the way out and you're going to have an unloaded gun. So smack that in good. And come back in a few minutes and we're going to talk about reloads.